Hey everybody, I'm going to show you how to create this super simple daytime smoky eyeshadow look in about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less.
You guys, let's start this new eyeshadow tutorial. It's going to be a step-by-step tutorial using our Desert Sands palette. I'm super excited to do this with you. I'm going to try to keep this around the 10-minute mark. I'm just throwing some concealer on my eyelid for a little bit of a, almost like a primer or a base, if you will. I'm using my beauty sponge to blend it out. I have been focusing on shorter content lately. My team and I are actually focusing on reels at the moment. So we do something different every month. Last month we had book club for the first time ever, which was so cool. And this month we're focusing on reels and adding hooks and value, right? And just making all of our content shorter. So I've got my concealer pressed in, and now I'm gonna go in with this. It's like an ivory, cream ivory shade. And I'm gonna put this all over my lid, even above, like right up to my eyebrow. And this is just gonna act as, it's gonna set in our concealer, first of all. It's just gonna give us a really nice base to start with. And I obviously don't have any of my other makeup on yet, so if we get a little bit messy, it's completely okay, because we're gonna be able to very easily cover it, cover it up, fix it, all of that stuff. A lot easier than we would if we already had our whole base face on. So I'm just getting this all on here, just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna take, okay, let's just grab a fluffy brush. This is a pharmacy brush as well. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here in the corner. And this is like a really pretty rose mauve shade. And I'm gonna put her right above my natural crease. So if you have hooded eyes, you want to concentrate a lot of your pigments right above your natural crease. And I'm gonna show you exactly why I do this. You're gonna be able to tell as soon as I just put on one simple shade. But I'm putting this one all the way through. Just windshield wiper motions, or you can do circles, whatever's easier for you. You can already tell that this one's just a little more lifted than the other side. And we're gonna do the exact same thing over here. This is just going to act as a transition shade. I know when I first started learning how to do eyeshadow 5 years ago, I would watch people put on eyeshadow and use a shade like this, okay? That doesn't really seem like it makes that big of a deal, and they would call it their transition shade. And I would think, does that really matter? And it does, because it's just how everything blends together. So it definitely matters. You don't want to miss a step. But when you use really good quality products and brushes, it's going to be very easy for you to learn how to do your eyeshadow properly. Okay, now we are going to go in. Let me put that brush back. I really want to find, let's see, like a stiff, maybe this one. I'm going to grab a couple different brushes. I'm going to show you why. So I've got two brushes here, right? I have a tapered blending brush, which is this one, and then this one is a eye smudge brush. So I'm gonna take my eye smudge brush. I actually already had that one out, so I knew that I would need an eye smudge brush. And I'm gonna go in with my dark shade here. Put some pigment on here. If you are using a palette you've never used before, it's best to use a little bit of pigment, meaning put a little bit on your brush, place it on your skin, then go back in and grab more as needed. It's a lot easier to do your eyeshadow that way than to get way too much and kind of feel like you're stuck. So we're just using this smudge brush to place our pigment, essentially. And then what I'm gonna do is take my tapered blending brush and blend through. And I'm just going in light-handed, so I'm not pressing very hard at all. And I'm just lightly blending this all through. So I'm concentrating this darker color on my outer corner. It doesn't go quite as far in as my other shade, my transition shade. Isn't that pretty? Just a very simple daytime smoky eye, okay? And that's what we're going for today. Do the same thing on this eye. just enough pigment for this eye. And then I go back in with my tapered blending brush, very light-handedly, just blending it out. Okay. Anyone else like have to do their makeup with their mouth hanging open? That's how I feel sometimes. Like I can't. My eyeshadow doesn't look quite right unless my mouth isn't hanging open. Put a little more over here too. And then blend it. We are at 5.5 minutes. Should be good. But this is a daytime smoky eye, so I guess if I go over 10 for the whole thing, it's okay. But my goal is to keep this short for you. Short, but also explain it to you. And also, you know, obviously if I'm not explaining anything, it's not gonna take me as long. But I'm explaining this to you along the way. What we're gonna do is take this color right here. I'm gonna show you. So this one was broken, obviously. That's why it doesn't look as beautiful packed as the others. It's because I fixed it with rubbing alcohol. But I'm gonna show you, she still works like a charm. She is still gorgeous. And I'm just using my finger. I love to apply shimmer shadows with my finger. I feel like it's just easier to control them. They stay in place better. They stay on better. Oh, see, I even got eyeshadow up there that I didn't want. It'll be easier to just wipe it off. Okay, so that is all of that color that I want right there. And I always keep wipes with me, either makeup wipes or baby wipes, depending on what I've got. The baby wipes that I use are also European standard, so I never really feel too bad about putting them on my skin. Obviously, if I'm going to use them on my child, they should be good quality. Okay, got that off of there. And now I'm going to use one more shade from this palette, and it's going to be this one right here. I'm going to put this one right in the corner, just like that. Okay. And now one more brush that we're going to use for this whole look. This is an eyebrow brush, as you can tell. And what I'm going to do is take this dark shade that I used for my outer corner. I'm going to put some pigment on here. This is going to go right under here. Okay. And for the sake of wanting to keep this below or right at 10 minutes, I am going to do my mascara off camera because, again, I know that the size of content matters right now a lot. And, you know, sometimes when you do, if you're not used to doing your eyeshadow first before the rest of your face is on, you might think, oh my gosh, I don't like that. It looks so funny. And you'll want to take it off immediately, but don't. Please just trust the process, because once the rest of your face is on, it's going to pull together and you're going to be like, wow, this looks amazing. I promise. So what I'm doing now is I'm just using an eyebrow liner, and I'm just, again, going in very light-handed. That's key to doing a lot of your makeup, especially eye area. Just going in light-handed just to kind of fill in areas that are a little scarce hair-wise, because my favorite brow product is my brow mascara. However, if I've got areas that don't have hair, there's nothing for it to link onto, you know? So this just fills it in, pulls it together a lot more. I might be able to get one brow done so I can keep this right at 10. And then once I'm done, I'll be able to stitch all this together and show you my finished look with my makeup and, you know, with my full face. And if you would like any information on any of my products, please put product below or info and I will be in touch with you. If you have never shopped with me before or my company, I have a $10 link for you to use on your very first order. The only thing that takes to qualify for that is as long as you put $10 in your cart, that $10 coupon will come right off. All right, you guys.
And here is our final look, lips and all.